section of the house and started jumping up and down, trying to show us.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And the kitchen is nice, and the living room is nice. I think this one might be a contender.
Yeah, what's the price again?
$150.
That's not something that you could just sweep under the rug. Welcome to episode 10 of how I bought my dream beach villa in the south of Italy. Ciao ragazzi, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you new here, my name is Anise, and I'm an American living in London, slowly starting her dolce vita in the south of Italy. For those of you not so new here, did you guys miss me? Because I missed you. I know that's a little bit dramatic, but you know, it was just 1 week that we had off from the villa viewings, and I hope some of you were able to enjoy the little vlog in the Amalfi Coast that I posted last week. We took a road trip up from Puglia to Amalfi Coast just to, you know, let a load off a little bit, take a break from all the Italy House stuff. But today I am back with another villa viewing. Guys, we are slowly getting to the end of the villa viewings, yeah? It makes me a little bit sad, but at the same time, there's gonna be a whole new chapter of villa renovations coming up soon, which your girl may or may not have already started. So without further much ado, we will jump right into the next villa viewing. I'll give you a little bit of a heads up. This is our second to last villa viewing. And yeah, let's just do it. So as was usually the case with this weekend of villa viewings, we started the morning off meeting at our local coffee bar, just doing like a recap of everything that we had seen so far and then getting prepped for the villa that we were about to see. Never a dull moment on the beach in the south of Italy, really living his best life. So after our coffee, we made our way to the villa. So this was the Sunday of our marathon weekend. Between Friday and Sunday morning, we had already seen about 7 or 8 villas. This villa was located on a very cute street, quite close to the beach. I think it was maybe like a 4 or 5 minute walk. Not within that 300-meter restricted zone, which we know is very important. The other villas on the street were well maintained. It just seemed like a super cute road, wide enough for multiple cars to pass. It was listed at 150,000 euros. The only thing that you kind of have to consider when you are buying this close to the beach is that when it's the high season, people will come and park on your road. So like the closer you are to the beach, the more likely it is that you will have tourists and visitors using your street as a place to park. As I think I mentioned before, where we're looking in Puglia is really not the touristy area. That doesn't mean though that people will not come down in the summer for the holidays, but those holiday makers are predominantly Italian. So it's like Italians from the north, local Italians that even live in the region, but don't live in a main house on the beach. So they will even come to their beach houses for the summer. Just something to keep in mind. Okay, so you enter through the front, which is just off of a really cute front veranda. And as soon as you step in, it has some very classic terrazzo tile floors. Over to the right is a first bathroom. Bay is doing his job of also filming the ceilings because, as you know, water leakage is a thing that we have had to look out for in other villas, so he's making sure to document if any of these further villas we see have any water leakage on the ceiling. Directly across from the bathroom, we have a first bedroom. Actually, quite a nice size. That's a really interesting wardrobe there in the corner. This terrazzo floor continues throughout into the main living area. And just off the bat, this villa gave me very good vibes. We're stepping into a second bedroom here on the right. It was a private showing, so there was no agent involved. It was a gentleman probably in his like 60s and his daughter and their little dog that showed us the villa. And yeah, they were good energy. I also am a dog mama, so I have a tender space in my heart for dogs. And overall, I just found this villa very, very, very cute. Like, I could see myself in this villa over the summers. It wasn't massive, but it still had a great flow, and it allowed for a certain spaciousness as well in the villa. And as you can see here, a major pro, we got 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. This is not a villa with 3 bedrooms and on some 1 bathroom nonsense. You know I'm not into that. There goes the daughter and her little dog. And look at this veranda that's here and the back. This is actually a really cute back veranda, back patio. There's stairs there that lead you down to the driveway that you have over on the side. But it's like you get this very nice outdoor dining alla fresca experience, but it's also kind of solidly covered in case the weather does get bad and it rains. From that back veranda, we've just flowed right out to the backyard, which has lovely vegetation. We have a whole row of olive trees here, so, you know, maybe we actually didn't really need to view that whole olive grove that was for sale, because this little cute villa has the cute vibes and it got some olive trees. You know, look, it was looking like there's at least 4 or 5 olive trees there. Quite a nice spacious outdoor area. You have enough space in the front for parking multiple cars. And then also, there's not an internal garage, but if you follow this driveway down, there is a place where you can park your car under a covered area should you need. Outdoor barbecue. I don't know if you could quite make pizzas in there. It's not your quintessential pizza oven. And then a lovely plot for vegetation in the back. There was this backyard shed. Questionable if it's legal or not. I don't think we really stepped in there or took any footage in there, unfortunately. But as you can see, this villa is not far at all from the beach. You see those palm trees in the distance, which are denoting where the ocean is. The roof? Honestly, this villa was giving me the same vibes as the very, very, very first viewing that we saw. So if you guys watched episode 2, you know, it wasn't quite redone and refinished as that episode 2 villa, but it kind of gave a similar essence as it. Overall, on this viewing, I was feeling very warm feelings in my heart for this villa.
Seaviews is very nice.
And then around, you can see just green, 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 green for miles. It's a lovely feeling to be surrounded by vegetation and green space. And so that's something that this villa definitely had going for it. Also, enough green space within the lot of the property itself to do your own gardening.
What's in that little garden?
It's a shed.
It's a shed, just for like stuff, right?
But like, because he didn't put, it's not really like legal, it's not on the map, but because he didn't put a cement roof on it, it's like not a problem. It's kind of like a removable aluminum roof, so that's like okay.
Oh, really?
Not like, I don't know, there's like nuance to it and details, but like it would have been worse if it was a cement roof. But because it's aluminum roof and it's removable, it's like maybe not as problematic.
Okay.
Did you take video of the front as well? The facade?
Yes, I did.
And this garden over here, you took video?
Yeah, I did.
And the lemon trees?
Yeah, I did.
Well, we will hear what Antonio has to say, but I think this one might be a contender.
Yeah, what's the price again?
150. But don't you think it's cute, baby? 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms.
Poggiate sul tavolato,
And there's a nice outdoor eating space.
una a fianco all'altra.
Yeah,
Questo
yeah.
And the kitchen is nice. And the living room is nice.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Yeah, I agree. Definitely option.
Now, all that said, I've just gone and hyped up this villa to the exponential degree. There was a bit of a catch with this villa. One of the things that Antonio had noticed when we went to go look at this villa is he found weaknesses in the roof. it's one thing for a villa to have a leakage problem. You know, rainwater leaks down into the ceiling and is creating an issue of damp. That is certainly something that can be remedied. In this case, listen, Antonio, as an engineer, he's very passionate about his engineering. And when I say he could talk, not even for hours, for days about all the technicalities of all the engineering stuff, like he would let us know every single minuscule detail about the technical stuff. I'm not gonna go that in depth, but long story short, basically he was saying that the roof was collapsing. That's the thing. Like, that's not something that you could just sweep under the rug. You know, you don't want to be in a situation where you are enjoying your beautiful beach villa in the fabulous south of Italy, and then the next morning you're waking up lucky to be alive because the roof has just fallen on you. That was a hard pill for me to swallow because I actually was mildly falling in love with this villa as we were viewing it. Again, no one is saying that the villa can't be bought and that this can't be something you fix. But do we want to be the people that have to fix it? Here where Bay is kind of zooming in a little bit on this particular section of the roof, this was the problem area of the roof. So if you remember the flow of when we were inside, this little section here is the roof that's over the first bedroom as soon as you walk in. It was not stable. I don't really know how else to describe it. I wish I had footage of this, but basically as Antonio was trying to tell us that the roof was not stable or secure in this section of the house, he went and stood on that section of the house and started jumping up and down, trying to show us how the roof was also kind of moving up and down. Literally, I wasn't going to be standing there for this man to collapse and fall through the roof with it going down. So I was like, okay, Antonio, we get the point. You don't have to jump up and down the roof to show us that it's about to cave in. But I felt the roof also kind of like moving up and down as he was doing that. And at the end of the day, with a house or a villa that you were living in, the roof should not be going up and down like a trampoline. The roof should be stable, secure, strong, a roof that is going to last you for the next 7, 8, 9 decades. Yeah, you won't have to worry about again in the future. So that didn't necessarily immediately eliminate this house for me from like the running, but it is a very important consideration. And then, of course, as we now knew this information, Bay was very careful to video any other issues that we saw with the house. But I mean, come on, look at this view. Look at this view. That's the sea. There you got your palm trees, terracotta tiled roofs, and a beautiful sea view there in the distance. But once we made our way down from the roof, Bay also went to go and video these cracks that you see here along the ceiling line of the roof, which I'm going to be entirely frank, some of those cracks exist in some of the other houses that we had seen. It's something that happens in the beach houses, it's something that can be remedied, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a large concern if you see that kind of crack along the ceiling line, along the roof line on the external of the house. That said, the fact that this villa's roof was moving up and down like a trampoline whenever we put a little bit too much weight on it, combined with those cracks, I don't have to do the math for you. It's going to be something that has to be strongly considered, evaluated, and taken care of. And with that, essentially, that's the viewing. I know it went kind of fast, but I think that probably just goes to emphasize how cute and cozy this villa was. It was like you walk in, it has 3 bedrooms, it has 2 bathrooms, it has a wonderful little kitchen and a wonderful little living room space, but it's like a cozy, compact villa. Cozy. How's the Beyonce song go? Comfortable in my skin, cozy. Cozy. And then, like is always the case in the south of Italy, we took a little break before seeing the second villa to enjoy a fabulous, delicious, hearty, healthy lunch with Giorgio's family. So I will lead you guys out with that, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, ci vediamo. Ciao!